Hello everyone and good morning. It's morning for me. So today I'm going to work on the Ringbound journal, The Midsummer's Dream by Joey Cardmaker. And yesterday's video I was adding the pages and the side decorations, so I finished that and put them in the book kind of as I think I want them. I could change my mind, but that's my thought here. So this is kind of what they look like at this point. They could be changed too. I could add this one. I just put some red. I didn't really have anything else that I liked along that yet. And then the ones that I didn't have anything, I used some of just regular cotton embroidered lace. And then this is the pocket that I made earlier for my sample, and we'll make more stuff like that to go in between. This one here, I found this blue trim, and I hardly ever have any colored trim, and this worked out pretty good. So it's like a navy blue and a light blue, but it goes with this blue, if you know what I mean. It blends really well. Then a regular lace in this one, and then this one has vintage crocheted lace. I have a whole bunch of it. It's so pretty, and it went so pretty with this. And I don't know if I want to add anything else to this part, like the leaves, because I still want to put some of the branches, the vine of the leaves. And then this one I had some fabric that looked good on this page, so I went ahead and sewed some ruffles and stitched that in. And this page, again, I used different, these are different, they're just kind of the same thing, but they're different texture. And then this one back here, I think you saw me do that. And then this is the last page, which you saw me do that. So there we go, as far as our main pages. So I think it's going to look nice from the side. I kind of think maybe I might trim this off. I think it might be a little too long, but it's also a whimsical look. So we'll see. Okay, so now I was getting ready to cover the front of the journal, and I did one piece. I ironed on some of my heat and bond fusible and ironed it to the cardstock, or this is a couple sheets of packaging to make it stiff. Then I ripped it off the paper backing. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. And fused the fabric onto it. And the reason I do that is because glue gets bubbly, it seeps through sometimes, and you just don't want to take a chance. I don't know why my hands are all blue. Must have been doing something with blue dye. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing here, and I have this one that I haven't ironed on yet, so you can see this one is like I did it on this side, and it was on crooked. So I tried to rip it off and reuse it, but I couldn't because this black paper, that's where the blue's from. This black paper stuck to the fabric, and I just started over. Oh my gosh, I'm actually burping and choking. So I'm just going to take this off here. I should have just went all the way to the edge. This is just the backing paper, and it comes off very easily. And then all that's left is the glue. Okay, so that's how I do it. That's how I do most of my journals. So now I want to line this up on to the back of this. I'm going to go press it on, but I kind of want it to somewhat line up. Let me turn this over. Kind of line up to this gray line here, like so, so that when you see both sides of the book together, you will still see that gray continue on. Okay, so that looks pretty straight. It's been a nightmare already today. Nothing wants to work right. My computer doesn't want to work. My printer, I just can't get things right anymore. Well, I never really could. But, you know, I've learned a lot over time with computers and printers and all that. But I tell you, the one printer printed on vellum and the other printer does not. Then I said, okay, then that printer wouldn't work. And then the one that doesn't print on vellum, it does stuff like this. Well, the first page, it printed just fine. I just took some of Joey's other kit pages to make, you know, like a vellum pocket. And then this page didn't work. So you just don't know. Just don't know. Okay, so let me stop for a minute. I'll go iron this and then we'll glue down the sides and punch the holes. Okay? Okay, I'm back. I got a little sidetracked, but I'm back. Okay, so I ironed this piece on. Now I'm just going to cut it down so that I can fold it. This fabric, it just tears so nice, but it's very unravelly. I mean, you know, it unravels a lot. This is a beautiful fabric. It's, oh, what is her name? I forgot now. I just saw it somewhere on the edge of the fabric, I guess. But it's it's a Civil War fabric. And I went to a seminar. What is her name? Isn't that awful? I'll have to look and see if I can find it. I went to a seminar. I'm cutting the edges and I'm, you know, the points off, and I'm leaving, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch at this point. And hopefully I can get it to lay down right. I can never get these perfect, so I try the best I can. That's all I can do. Okie dokie. And then I save these in case I need to glue them back in. Because if you, for instance, it doesn't cover it, you can glue this back so that when you do cover it and there was a gap or something, it won't show. Well, it works better on paper than on this fabric. This cardstock paper, scrapbook paper, I was going to use for the inside covers, but I think I've changed my mind on those. They don't look as good with this. Okay, it looks fine with my fabric, but not with the first page that would be opening. So I've got another option here, and we'll do that after I get this glued. I'm going to use my little glue stick. Okay. And I can always put corners on these if they don't glue properly. I should have got the blue out of my hands when I was out. I went to my printer to print something, and of course didn't want to do it. And this glue here is strong enough to hold this in place. So I don't know why this. Try to get that corner down. Like I said, I can even make fabric corners now. I really like the look of them. I'm just gonna tuck that in there. For now. It's probably better to have less fabric than more. So I'm going to trim this just a little bit. So I hope everybody's doing well. Alright, so let me do this one real quick. I thought this black might show through to the other side, but it doesn't. So I didn't have two black. I don't know where I got these from, but they were probably a back to a picture frame because it's kind of like that weird, almost a felt sort of feel to it, paper. Okay. Now I'm going to just test this out. I know there's a way to get these like stuck in there before you glue it down, but I'll get another glue stick out pretty soon. I don't know what the weather is today, but I'm sure it's going to be hot because, you know, from now till September, we won't get any fall weather yet. But I thought when it does get a little nicer out, like cooler, I'm thinking of going on vacation. Like, not vacation, but a vacation at home. And kind of step away from journaling for, you know, a week, not forever. I won't even step away from it, but I want to kind of step away from videos. Just to see how, not that I would like it, I just want to get things done. And it seems every day it's, well, as soon as I make the video, which is not a problem, believe me. The problem is the stuff that happens when you want to just make a video and things don't work. So after a while, it kind of gets to you. You download your video or something and it doesn't download, or I mean, you guys don't have to, if you don't do YouTube, it's not an issue. But for people who do YouTube, I would say it's an issue. for all of us. I need to get, I want some glue on that corner. Something to get in there with it so I can. Okay. All right, I think that'll be fine. Now this one's a little warpy because, I don't know, maybe I pulled it too tight. I'm sure it'll work its way out. So, goes like this, and they hopefully are the same size, pretty much. So one is going to be in the back, and I want the stripes to be, so when you look at the book from in here, I hope you guys can see too, because I keep moving the camera. I'm trying to get it closer in, but not out of screen. Okay, so what I decided to do for the inside is, the last time I did a fairy journal, I used Edith Holden, fairies, and William Morris. That was a collection that one of my subscribers who was purchasing the journal wanted together. And it turned out really, really pretty. But I'm not going to go to that extreme. But I am thinking I might put some Edith Holden stuff in here. So this is nice paper. It's strong. And I kind of rummaged through to find out what I could use. These, no, that won't work. I was going to say, I could fussy cut those. That's what I was just saying. I could, what I wanted to save. So I could put this on this side and this. So if you look at the page here, just for instance, I think that'll look nice. And I think it'll look good with this too, the print on the outside, I hope. So I'm not really going to worry about cutting it off or, you know, that kind of thing. I guess I could, because I may end up putting a pocket, but I want to keep the, I'm going to cover up as much of this as I can. Just debating here how much. Because I think I'll sew around this too. Okay, well, I need to decide. So I think I'm going to take off here at the bottom. Because I love the number. I don't know why I love these numbers, but I do. Okay, so that one will go there, and this one will go on the other side. I don't think I can cut both of them at the same time. All right, so let me cut this one, because otherwise it'll be too wide. Okay. It's on the bottom of this. Gosh. I was probably trying to erase ink instead of pencil. Well, that's fine. Okay. So that will cover there. And then we'll come back and cut about right there. cutting something off the edges or whatever, but it's all usable anyway, because, you know, you can use them for tags or whatever you want. This Edith Holden just goes on and on. Okay, probably find another page I like better. I did like this page. I think this, well, this is going to be on the back next to that. I could put the bird. Can you see? I'm out of screen. I've got to lift this up or something. I think it's, if I can just, so sorry about that. That doesn't help much. Okay. Which one was I going to do? Well, I'm just going to use this because, you know, I don't know if those pages are going to end up there. I just want to check again and see if this looks good. I think it will. Probably could have taken a little off here and moved it over a little bit. Okay, so this side, I'm going to use this as my guide. And I think I was just trying to think if I could get them. I can get more of the picture if I do it this way. So I'll cut it here and here. So I've been reading a few letters that my, oh, I'm going to cut my 48 off. Huh. Oh, well. I've been reading a few letters that my mom has written. My parents correspond by mail for a little over a year, I think, before they married. And they only met each other, or they only saw each other twice. Because my dad was in the military at station. And that's where she met my dad. Which she didn't really like him very much because she said everything she asked him. She's telling him in this letter, you know, I hope you understand why I didn't take to you right away. And it's because she asked him some questions and he said no to most of them. And she said that she thought he wouldn't be any fun because he couldn't dance and I don't know, the other things that she brought up. And then he asked her if, he said, want her to know that he smoked. And how did she feel about drinking? And she said, well, I don't mind if you smoke. Because, you know, men should have pleasures, some of their pleasures that they, now that one's a little bit, I'm going to take off another little quarter, not a quarter, like a 16th. That men should have their, you know, pleasures of their own. And the wife should not demand otherwise. And then she says, as far as the drinking goes, I prefer you not to drink because I know husbands may get mean when they drink and they will abuse their wives. So she's like, and my mom's 15 when she's writing this stuff. Because she met my dad when she was 14. And she lied to him and said that when they had met at this particular dance, of course he didn't dance with her because he didn't know how to dance, but you know, they would always go to the dances anyway. And she said in one of the letters, I hope you don't get mad at me, but I told you I was 15, but I wasn't going to be 15 for another week. So, she lied because she was going to be 16 any day. I don't know how they did it. Well, I was only 17 when I got married. And, you know, people say, oh, you were too young and blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I really don't. I think I was young, but I did not mind. I wonder, you know, I didn't mind being a wife and a mother, you know. I think we were married, what, a year before I got pregnant with my son. But that's kind of what we did back then in the late 60s. I don't know, I feel like I'm really cutting it short on this, but I don't want that much of the front to show. So anyway, it was, you know, I've been trying to read them. There's probably 100 letters, if not more. And really what I'm looking for is any memorabilia, you know, that maybe a picture that they had together or something. But so far I found pictures of the Daffodil Parade, newspaper clippings, and you wouldn't know about those unless you live in, let's see, I'll glue stick it, and I also art glitter glue. Washington State is a big deal for Daffodil Parade. It's in Tacoma, Washington. So if anybody's watching me from Washington area, maybe they have been to one. It's been going on, I don't know how many years, almost like the Rose Bowl, the Rose Parade. Oh, probably 100 years. But we never got to go. I mean, my mom and dad, they just, well, we only lived in Washington for 2 years. And we moved to California. And so I didn't really go to any daffodil parades. But I can tell you, my Aunt Pauline, when they came out with the 8mm camera, she was probably the first one in the whole town that had one. And we used to have to sit and watch the parade on those 8mm reels for hours when we'd go out there. And even when we went out there on vacation, after we moved to California, she would pull them out. And just thought they were the greatest ever. I just wanted to wait for the queen, or the princess, or whatever they called, Daffodil Queen, just to see what she looked like. As far as the rest of them, I didn't really care. Gosh, I hope that looks okay. I hope so. And then she told my dad in the letter, she said, could you please learn to dance before we get married so that we can dance at our wedding? And she said, I'd like you to wear a blue suit. Why? Because she had a green suit on. She didn't have a wedding dress. she said my great-grandpa, her grandpa, gave her $20 to go shopping. And she told my dad she bought a really pretty nightgown and a dress. And she put down payment on her suit for the wedding. So cute. $20 was a lot of money back then. In the 40s. Oh, and then she said that my dad said, when he wrote a letter, he said he'd like to have 2 kids. And a boy and a girl, I guess. And then my mom wrote back and she goes, I was thinking more like 6. And guess what? They had 6. And then they had a late baby. My mom was 40 when my youngest sister was born, and she's younger than my 2 oldest kids. So she's more like a niece to me than she is a sister, I guess. So, okie dokie. Now we got to punch holes. No, I've got to sew. I think I have to sew it before I punch holes. So let me, let's see. I'm not sure what happened. Huh. There's like a little snag right there. I guess I'll have to make sure something. All my luck, I tell you. I'll have to make sure I put something there, lace or something to secure it. Okay, so I'm really not sure what else I want to do to the cover, but I think that looks nice inside. And then I did print out, I shrunk that page of Joey's that was his cover page, and I made this one with the fairies on the front. And I don't know, I wish I could have, made it more like a 5x7, but in order to get all of them in there, I couldn't do that. So I even thought about just cutting them out. Did I cut them out somewhere? Let me see. I think here's the big version of them. Here. This was a journal card. And they're sitting a little different in this one, but I thought, I mean, this is bigger, but I thought I could cut them out. And that might, there was a mistake on this one when my printer acted up. See, it's got a little line across it. And so, I mean, the worst that could happen is I don't like it and reprint it. Otherwise, there's just not enough room to frame it unless I cut it down more here. Because I was thinking I could just put a frame on it, around it, and then do something else. I don't think it needs to be I'm not sure how I'm going to close this either, but I have, I thought I would put some, oh, come on, I just had it. Oh, I thought I would put some glittery kind of stuff on them, on this, like emeralds, and I have these fairy tale wings, and I thought they might look nice on the cover. Let's see. Whoops. These were on sale, so I like to get these if I mean, they're angel wings, or I'm going to call them fairy wings today. But I thought maybe I could arrange these on here somehow. I don't know how to do it, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I was thinking I could run the like sari silk with this key to hold it closed. I think that'd be pretty. So I have to figure those out. And then I pulled out a bunch of my little jewels and stuff that I have, but I don't know how I would even attach these. I think probably, I don't know, sew it on, I guess, like a button. This one I can glue because it's all flat right here. But I thought I would use these in pages that, like here's the blue page, and I could put it in someplace like that. It would make it really heavy, but that's okay. These aren't meant to be writing on. I don't know, I think that's so pretty. And I have this, the emerald green color. These are buttons. So it just adds such prettiness to it. Could even put it up there at the top of that. And then I have these ruby looking ones that, let's see how they look with the red poppies. I mean, those would be pretty. I can even put them like on a tab on the outside. That would probably be a little too much. I don't know if that's purple or red. Now it looks purple to me. I kind of think it's purple, you guys. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you tell? Yeah, it's purple. Okay, so purple it will be. Then I thought on the red one, if I can't find something to go with red, there's another green. If I can't find something for the red, I would just use like this one, the diamond color. I used to buy jewelry. Oh, I have this one too. This is so pretty. That goes on. Well, that would go on the red. So I would buy costume jewelry, you know. It's a little bright. Looks pretty on that page. Maybe I can dangle it off the bottom part. Anyway, I don't know, but I hope all this is going to work out. I haven't been able to use my jewels for so long. And I bought some, I don't know where they are though. I tried to find them. I thought I bought a butterfly, like a jeweled butterfly. Okay, how much time have I spent? Because 40 minutes. I think I really probably should stop here because I'm not going to have time to do something else. I pulled out also, as long as I'm pulling out, I pulled out butterflies, and I'm thinking that on the other pages, you know, the blank ones, like what this one's next to. See, these are, I just feel they're too small. I don't know. I thought, you know, if I put pockets and things out on these, then I would, you know, add butterflies and things. And I do have somewhere in my, when I lost everything on my computer, I lost a lot of files that I can't find because I don't know who actually made them. But I do have some resource books that I kept you know, names in and things like that. But, you know, it just takes a long time to, when I first started, I thought, oh, this is not a big deal because, I didn't know I was going to do, I didn't know I was going to do YouTube videos. Where was that? Oh, here. These are some, I was looking for fairies on my digital kits. This is Digital Collage Club. I don't belong to them anymore, but that's where these came from. And there's this cute little blue fairy there. And then this one has this little fairy here. And I thought this big butterfly, I don't think I can use it at all in this book. I was going to use it where you sit it inside the, yeah, and there's no signatures like that. You know, I made this thing here. Maybe this was on Camelia's Crafts. I need to move this. And what she did, I have these two papers sitting by my desk, or my chair last night when I was watching some videos, and this one popped up. And all she did was took two pieces of paper, she folded over, this one I didn't fold because I don't think I did it exactly how she did it. But this one is folded over, which makes a pocket, and then you can fold this back like that, and then you open it here, and you've got a pocket, and if you want to, journal space where it's blank on the back. And then you flip it again, and then here you go. So it's something I think that would be cute in this journal. I'm not sure which papers, and I think this is a little too long. But I was thinking I could actually sew a butterfly into the inside. Let's see which, I don't know. But there's tons of ways to fold it that she was doing, and it's two pieces of paper, and then you just glue it. But I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm going to show you how I did it, because I can't. I probably will never do it the same twice, I don't think. But it just gives you the added extra space to add more pieces of ephemera and a wider page area from digitals, so you don't have to have scrapbooking size paper. All right, I'm going to let you go because I'll just keep chatting away here. I'm very chatty today. But I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll be back with the next video pretty soon. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.